everybody, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy, and for those of you who do not know me, I am a board-certified holistic health practitioner as well as a certified Reiki master teacher, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff too, but I'm not going to bore you with all of that. In this episode of the Crystal Educational Series, as you can see, we're going to discuss Peach Moonstone. There's so many varieties of Moonstone, but peach is one of my favorites, and it's actually one of the first crystals I personally ever owned. So it's kind of near and dear to my heart. So that's why I wanted to cover Peach Moonstone in this episode. For those of you who have watched my videos before, again, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. And for those of you who have never watched my videos before, welcome. These aren't scripted, and I try to be very authentic and professional, but I like to take it with a tone of if you and I were sitting down together having a cup of coffee and discussing Peach Moonstone. I don't want to sit and read from a paper and it sounds really rehearsed and dry. So you may hear my dog walking around in the background sometimes, or I may cough or something. So it's very casual. If you're expecting like something in a movie where it's rehearsed, that's not what this is. It's real life, and in real life, I say and I might, like I said, sneeze or cough or whatever. So it is what it is. So anyway, welcome. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, can you please do so? It would help me tremendously. For those of you who have subscribed, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting me and helping me make this come true. It really does help the algorithm. Also, at the end of the video, if you could give it a thumbs up, and if you leave a comment, I just ask that you be kind. You know, there's so much negativity in the world, and it's always very, very easy to just say something nasty behind a keyboard. You know, and I realize that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and, you know, you might not like my voice or you might not like my approach, and that's fine. There's plenty of information out there. I know myself, you know, in watching YouTube videos, if there's someone I particularly don't care for, I just stop and I move on. I never leave a nasty comment. It's just, there's too much negativity in this world, and why add to it? So anyway, with that being said, at the end of my videos, I like to do what I call a Reiki hug, and that's where I will send you 2 minutes of distance Reiki healing. And I'll go more into that at the end of this presentation. So with that being said, we're going to talk about Peach Moonstone, some of the physical characteristics and spiritual and emotional and so much. So anyway, with that being said, I don't want to keep going on because I don't want to make this like an hour long, and I could do it. Trust me, I love crystals. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. All right. All right, so let's learn a little educational stuff about Peach Moonstone. This beautiful crystal is usually like a tannish brown. Sometimes it can be like a late peachy color or even a peachy pink color. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but you'll hear the footsteps in the background. That's my German Shepherd. She loves crystals. She loves my meditation room, and she especially loves when I send Reiki. So hello, Parker. Oh, she's giving me some kisses. All right, so she's excited. Oh, you're excited about the Peach Moonstone. Okay. With that being said, as I said, the color, it's usually a light tannish brown. It can be a light peachy pink color. It really depends. Most of the ones that I have are like a tannish peachy pink color. Very beautiful crystals. And Peach Moonstone is really super common. There is a lot of it out there. The market is flooded with it, and you will see it come in all kinds of shapes and sizes, and you know, they like to use Peach Moonstone to make carvings, so you will see an abundance of it. You know, if you pick up a peach piece of peach moonstone. It's not going to be fake. Like, you know, in other videos, I've talked about some crystals. You have to beware of fakes. This one is just so abundant. You know, you're not going to pick up usually a fake with this crystal. Now, peach moonstone is a potassium aluminum silicate feldspar, excuse me. And it was actually used a lot in Roman jewelry, and for like over 2,000 years, the Romans loved peach moonstone in a lot of its jewelry. So if Roman history or something like that is your forte, take a look at, you know, at the history of peach moonstone in the Roman Empire. And if it is something that you know about, please share in the comments. I always say, if you know something, please share it. We would love to hear it. At least I would. Peach moonstone is also, the energy is feminine. All right. And it really connects our heart chakra with our solar plexus. So if you know anything about the chakra systems, our heart chakra has to deal with love and our relationships, and our solar plexus deals with our personal willpower and things of that nature. It is also known as the stone of new beginnings, and it is associated with the full moon. And if you know anything about moon energy, you will know that the new moon is when you're supposed to start manifesting and working on new beginnings. So this is a great stone to use if you are doing any type of meditation, any type of crystal gridding, if you're doing any type of, like I said, meditations or manifestations on the new moon. Peach moonstone is a must-have to incorporate in whatever your ritual is for that event. All right. All right, we're going to talk about now the chakra association. As I already said, peach moonstone really connects our heart and our solar plexus chakras together. And not to get too much into the chakras, but if that is something that you are interested in, I am offering it's in chunks, starting with the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra, are master healer courses. And then at the end, you can apply for a certified master chakra healer certification, which I do hold that. It's offered on my website, as well as it's being offered on Udemy. Not all of the courses are there, but they will be all up and running here in a couple weeks. Anyway, well, at the time that this video is being put out, if you're seeing this a year afterwards, obviously they're all out. Excuse me, let me get a little bit of water. Okay, so our chakras. So as I said, it really connects that heart and the solar plexus together. And because they are next to each other already, they do dovetail together, but this really helps to connect the two. It can be used with those two together or individually, okay? You can also use peach moonstone with your third eye as well as your crown chakra. And we'll talk about this more when we get into the spirituality aspect of this beautiful, beautiful crystal. You know, we'll dig a lot deeper into how it plays into all these chakras when we talk about not only the spiritual benefits, but the emotional and physical as well. Now, if you're into numerology, it does vibrate to the number 4. Remember, we are all energy, so that means we're all vibrating at different frequencies. I know a little teeny tiny bit about numerology. I don't know a whole lot about quantum physics, so if you're a quantum physicist, please, by all means, you know, give us your 2 cents in the comments section. Would love to hear it. All right, but I like to include that because I'm trying to give you as much information about this crystal at a basic level, but also as much as I can at the same time. All right, we're going to move on. All right, all crystals have associations with planets and elements and zodiacs. Now, specifically as far as planets, the planet associated with peach moonstone is You guessed it, the moon. Moon energy has a lot to do with intuition and femininity, which we already said that this crystal has a lot of feminine energy. A lot of my Cancerians out there, those who are Cancer, will understand this crystal and be able to work with this crystal a lot because of the fact that you know that you are truly affected by the moon. I am a Cancer, so I wholeheartedly get that. Anyway, so, it's great to use during full moons for manifesting, new moons, anything to do with new beginnings. It's a great stone to work with. Anytime you're working with moon energy, pull out the peach moonstone and you cannot go wrong. All right. Now, as far as elements go, peach moonstone is associated with both wind and water. Wind energy, in a basic kind of sense, is a symbol of communication, intelligence, and versatility. And if you really think about wind, think of the attributes of wind. Wind it can be really calming and peaceful, but it can also be really dangerous and scary. It can be comforting and it can be destructive. So it's very versatile. And water is a symbol of emotions, dreams, healing, and intuition. So that is why this is a great stone to use, especially during the moon phases and the full moon when, emotions are at their highest. But, with water being a symbol of, like I said, emotions and dreams and healing and intuition, it is a great crystal to use when working if you're into elemental energy. If you are working with wind or water energy, peach moonstone will definitely aid you in whatever it is that you're working on. As far as the zodiac signs go, it's associated with Scorpio, Libra, and Cancer. All right, let's talk about some of their energies really quickly. I'm not going to give an astrology lesson here, but Scorpio energy, it's really intense and powerful. But it isn't loud. Rather, it's like a deep thrumming core determination kind of an energy. Scorpio has a laser sharp focus, powerful drive, a strong desire to probe and to get to the bottom of things. And Scorpio is about depth and not necessarily appearances. So when you think about that, think about the wind energy in the fact, as we said, wind can be powerful, well, so can Scorpio energy. So that's how they kind of tie hand in hand, although Scorpio is a water sign. Now, Libra energy, on the other hand, is all about harmony, personification. It has the ability to create harmony and balance in all environments and is like a variation of kind of mind control almost. As a Libra person, it's creating equilibrium that'll help transcend you in difficult situations. Harmony is the goal of spirituality, and Libras are driven to achieve it by any means necessary. So with that being said, that's one of the reasons why this stone is associated with Libra energy, all right? And then finally, we got my fellow Cancerians, Cancer energy. And Cancer energy is very sensitive, emotional, domestic, it's feminine, it's maternal, compassionate, they're caretakers, they're romantic and creative. Cancers have a reputation for being very hyper emotional and sometimes temperamental and spiteful. And I can attest to all that. And if my husband is listening, he can attest to that as well. Cancers, in addition to being devoted, are extremely fond of their loved ones, their family, their close friends. And sometimes it can be to an unhealthy degree. They place a high value on family and close friends and will go to great lengths to defend them no matter the price. So with that being said, peach moonstone is great for, trying to ground out those attributes a little bit. And like I said, we'll talk about all of this as we dive into the healing aspects of peach moonstone. All right. So with that being said, we're going to next talk about spirituality. All right, well, since peach moonstone, we said, was associated with both the third eye and the crown chakras, it actually has quite a few spiritual benefits, believe it or not. First, it will help illuminate dreams and visions. So if you're someone that does dream work, whether it's lucid dreaming, astral projection, as far as the dreams though, and visions, when you're meditating, it will really help bring those details out and bring it to attention, so this way that you're able to receive the messages that your guides and the universe is sending you. Because we receive so many messages and whatnot in our dreams, and just a peach moonstone will help us in receiving these messages. Now, there are other crystals for dream work. I do a lot of dream work. I have several crystals on my nightstand. I have several crystals in my pillow. Peach moonstone is not one of the ones that I use for dream work. However, if you're not looking to invest a lot of money into crystals, peach moonstone will help. But like I said, it's not the #1 crystal for dream work, but you can use it because of its affiliation with the third eye and the crown chakras. Peach moonstone, will help us receive all these messages. So it is a wonderful stone in that regards. It also activates our Kundalini energy. If you're not familiar with that, I'm not going to go into that right now. That's maybe another topic I talk about one of these days on the channel. It also assists us with lightening a path forward in our lives. It works with the third eye. Peach moonstone helps us with inspiration and knowledge on such a spiritual level. And again, that's not only tying into the dreams, but it's tying into meditation, tying into your own intuition, that gut feeling within you, that knowledge of things that you've learned or experienced in past lives that you might not necessarily remember or understand how it's affecting you in your current life. And then finally, it supports us in understanding that everything is happening according to the plan of the universe. So I know a lot of people don't believe this, but I believe that everything happens for a reason, and we do have a soul contract, and we are here to serve a certain purpose. And if you're working on meditating, or you're working on understanding your life purpose and why you're here or why something happened, using peach moonstone to meditate and reflect on these things will really help you in that spiritual aspect. All right, let's talk about emotional healing. Now, emotionally, oh my gosh, peach moonstone is just outstanding. If we feel like we're getting emotionally overwhelmed in our life, grab a piece of peach moonstone and meditate with it, or keep it close to you throughout the day. You can either put it in your pocket, if you have jewelry. Us ladies, with our heart crystals, we can put them in our bra. Just don't forget about it. And then if you bend over and it comes rolling out, somebody will be like, okay, why is this lady walking around with rocks in her bra? But you can keep it close with you throughout the day to help you with any of these overwhelming emotions that we may encounter. You will notice that overwhelming feelings start to subside when you carry it. It really is powerful like that. I have, oh my gosh, I have so many pieces of peach moonstone. Peach moonstone is I usually carry 6 to 10 crystals in my purse or on my person every day. And I do swap them out depending on what I'm trying to do. But Peach Moonstone is one of my ones that I carry with me all the time. I always have a piece of Peach Moonstone with me within grabbing distance. I have Peach Moonstone at work as well. If I feel like things are getting emotional at work or I'm getting a little stressed out or what have you, I grab that that's really hard to say, piece of Peach Moonstone. Say that like 3 times really fast. But I'll grab my Peach Moonstone and just hold it in my hand and just take a couple deep breaths. And as soon as you pick it up, you do notice that that overwhelming feeling will start to subside. It's also great for patience. You know, when you're getting kind of stressed out and you're waiting and you just feel yourself getting impatient, grab that Moonstone, that Peach Moonstone. And again, just hold it in your dominant or your non-dominant hand, which is your receiving hand. Close your eyes and take like 3 nice deep breaths in and out. And I'm telling you, that feeling of impatience is going to go away. Another thing it does is that we can then gauge our emotions for any situation that we're in. So this way that we're not overreacting like we discussed previously. So it helps control that, you know, if I'm trying to think of a good example of overreacting. I don't know, somebody cuts you off in traffic and you're like, oh my God, you bleep, 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 bleep. You get all, you know, irate, and sometimes we do overreact. And first of all, you know, the point is you shouldn't overreact because you can't control how somebody else drives. So why let that energy kill your vibe? But if you have that piece of Peach Moonstone on you, you'll notice that overreacting will be like, okay, nope, chill pill, not dealing with this, don't need this type of energy in my life, and you'll feel so much better. You know, I mean, we all have uncomfortable emotions, every one of us. We're all humans. And sometimes we don't like to feel them or we don't like to discuss them. You know, we bury it deep down in us, but Peach Moonstone really enables us to confront that and get comfortable with those emotions so that we are able to talk to our loved ones, or whether it's a mentor or a clergy person or whoever, you know, we can get comfortable and discuss those emotions without feeling all the negativity that might arise with it. And then finally, emotionally wise, Peach Moonstone will help you ease worry. So if you're worried over, I don't know, your credit card bill after Christmas, you know, hold that piece of Peach Moonstone, because you know what? It is what it is, and you'll take care of it when you need to. Anyway, that's kind of a dumb example, but that was the first thing that came to my head. But anytime you worry, grab that piece of Peach Moonstone and just hold it, meditate with it, and just feel that beautiful feminine energy enter into your aura and into your chakras, and then just enter all your cells in your body, and take a couple deep breaths and open your eyes, and you'll be like a new man or woman. All right? All right. Let's go ahead and talk about our next healing property. Alrighty, physical healing. Okay, a lot of the physical healing attributes run parallel with the emotional healing aspects. And this is because it has a lot to do with hormones. Peach Moonstone is the stone of hormones. I don't think anybody's actually called it that. Well, at least not in my research and studies. I haven't seen it called that. So maybe I've coined a new term there for Peach Moonstone. But it really is great for hormones. A lot of adolescents that are dealing with fluctuating hormones due to puberty, giving them some Peach Moonstone is really can help them out with the issues physically that they'll be going through, and those feelings from those fluctuating hormones. It's also great for establishing emotional balance for those ladies suffering from PMS and menopause. Also, it can help their spouses, because If the ladies have emotional imbalances due to their hormones during PMS or menopause, I'm sure the men are suffering a little bit of worry and maybe not a lot of patience. So you guys can grab the peach moonstone for that as well. But it helps with all those hormones that are causing all the various emotional issues that us ladies will encounter. So not only that, it eases the symptoms as well. So the physical symptoms too, hot flashes, cramps, things of that nature. Finally, it does aid with emotional sensitivity and triggering due to any major changes in the body. And it can help improve sleep quality. And you think about it, if, hormones are all jacked up and one minute you're feeling sad and then the next minute you're happy and then the next minute you're mad. And it's like this big, think of the graph for a roller coaster going up and down, up and down. That is a toll not only on you emotionally, but it's a toll on you mentally and physically. And when you get that type of stress in your life, it can affect your sleep. So you can put peach moonstone on your nightstand, throw it in your pillowcase if need be, and it works great for all of these things. So with that being said, we've got one more slide and then we will be doing our distance Reiki healing. Wow, this is just flying by. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, so as we said, we got some great chakras. Our heart chakra, our solar plexus, our third eye, and our crown chakra. So some affirmations that you can say while meditating with peach moonstone. You can say things like, I release the past. I am letting things go that no longer serve me well. I am emotionally at peace. There's just a number of things that you can say as mantras while meditating with peach moonstone. Additionally, if you're into essential oils, a lot of intuitive and feminine oils are really good to work in conjunction with peach moonstone. A few of these oils would be geranium, rose, myrrh, frankincense, and clary sage. Those are just wonderful to complement peach moonstone for meditation work. Even if you're just having a bad day and you're at the office and you have your peach moonstone there and you have a diffuser in your office like I do, you could diffuse one of those, make a blend, just totally up to you. Anyway, with that being said, again, thank you. And we are now going to go ahead and begin our distance Reiki, our Reiki hug. So here we go. All right, everybody, it is time for your Reiki hug. If you're not already in a comfortable position, go ahead and do so, please. Make sure your cell phones are on silent or off just for 2 minutes. You can do this for 2 minutes and get yourself comfortable. You could be seated, you could be laying on the floor. It does not matter. I just want you to get comfortable, pillows, blankets. And I want you to just now start focusing on some natural breathing. In through the nose, out through your mouth, just nice and easy. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest. Breathing, letting all that tension go. Just relaxed. If during this Reiki healing, if a thought pops into your head, I want you to take a deep inhale in and then exhale it right out of your head. Imagine that it's in a bubble or a cloud and just push it right out, because for these next 2 minutes, you do not need to deal with any of this. Okay? All right, my friends. Nice deep breath in. All right, my friends, go ahead and start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Slowly open your eyes. Take your time. There's no rush coming out of this. I want to just say thank you so much for joining me in this episode of our crystal healing series. Also, if you have not subscribed, again, please do so. You can follow me on Facebook, Your Natural Healer. I'm also on Instagram, your.natural.healer, although I haven't done a lot there at the time of this video. And if you're interested in distance Reiki healing or chakra assessment or a tarot or oracle card reading, check out my website at yournaturalhealer.com. And if you're not sure really about having an individual Reiki session, I do offer group distance Reiki on Tuesday evenings. It's only $5 a person and it's for 1 hour, but I send the whole group distance Reiki healing. So that's something you can sign up for as well. With that being said, go and live your best lives, my friends, but make sure you do it the natural way. Namaste.